What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue and cooking. And what we're going to be doing today is a butternut squash Alfredo sauce with some pasta. The pasta I'm going to be using is just some store-bought, fresh, kind of ravioli type pasta. And anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, we have about a quarter stick of butter. And I have that kind of cut down into smaller little pads, and actually that's a little warm, so I'm going to put that back there. I have one onion that I have diced up. Now I have about 3/4 one of these, so we're going to be about as funky as an old Otis Redding record by the time this is done. So 3/4 of garlic. Not a clove, like the whole thing. So I'm going to cook that down. And I also have some fresh rosemary and sage, and that's about a teaspoon of each. You can use the powdered or you can use fresh. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to cook that down until the garlic starts turning a little brown. Alright, so that's going to be kind of chilling over there. We got one, this is like a medium-sized butternut squash. So I'm going to take, I baked it. Now you can buy this stuff in the grocery store already cut up in bags, or you can just buy the fresh ones. I roasted it for about 45 minutes till it got soft and scooped out the inside, so we got one of those. And that's going to go in my blender. I have about 2 cups of chicken stock, but I'm thinking that I'm not gonna need all 2 cups, I don't think, but we'll see. So I'm gonna get that in here and get this blended up. I'm gonna let that go. More in there. Alright, so once that's kind of blended up, we're going to take a strainer. Just to catch any seeds. I don't expect to really need. You don't really need this strainer, but I was kind of in a rush, so there might be some seeds and some skin in there. So I'm just going to run that through the strainer. You don't have to wait around for that. This garlic, this could go about another couple minutes. I have the water over here. Now, you could use whatever kind of pasta you want. I'm going to go ahead and use, like I said, the ravioli type pasta, just because I found that on sale. But this would work with fettuccine just as well. So I'm going to let that sweat down probably about another 2-3 minutes. I'm going to strain out this butternut squash. Like I said, if you use just the regular store-bought, like cut up in a bag, you won't need to strain it out. I just strained it out just because there might have been some skin and seeds in there. So we'll pick it up here just in a little bit. So got this stuff sweat down right about where I wanted it to be. So now I'm going to go ahead and add this. I'm going to add heavy whipping cream. Now you can use heavy cream if you want. The difference between whipping cream and heavy cream is the fat content. Everything else is the same. So since we're not going to need to get it super thick because we got this butternut squash, we're just going to go with this. And I think even with the squash, you might be able to go with like a whole milk even. So we're going to go ahead and add that in. And I'm going to kind of start by just adding. I'm not going to add all of it at once. I'm going to start adding this butternut squash kind of a little at a time. So right now we have about half of this in there. The reason I'm doing that is I just want to make sure that I just want to make sure I have the correct consistency without going too heavy on one or the other. I do want this to be almost like a pumpkin color, like a light pumpkin color, maybe a little bit darker than this. As far as our pasta, like I said, we are going to be using, this is like 3 cheese, like some kind of pasta. Look at that right there, 50% off. I'm so cheap that my family thinks 50% off is like a name brand. So that's what we're going to be using. These only take 3 minutes to cook, so we're not going to do that. I will go ahead and add my sausage. This is kind of an optional deal. I'll go ahead and add that in. A little dash of salt. I'm going to use a sugar substitute just to kind of bring out a little of that butternut squash sweetness. And, you know, it looks like I think we'll be good to go add the rest of this squash. So that is it. I mean, as far as the majority of it goes, now all we need to do is let it cook down and kind of thicken up. You can hit this with a little Parmesan cheese if you want. But I'm going to let that cook down and thicken up and get my pasta done. And we will be back probably in about another 20 minutes with the final product. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you in a few minutes. So got this sauce kind of thickened up. And I am in hippie mode, so I'm knocking out a little espresso right now. So anyway, here's our sauce. You might want to bring that over here. It is, I don't know if you could tell the consistency, but it's kind of thickened up. And anyway, there's no pretty way to do this unless you do like a fettuccine, but here's my final product right there. And I did taste it. I'll taste it again on camera and tell you again how good this is. It's kind of got that sweet, almost like a pumpkin-y. As a matter of fact, you could probably use like pumpkin pie filling left over from Thanksgiving. This is good. Quick, easy. You make this stuff, people will be like, where did you learn how to do that? Or any of that kind of stuff. Anyway, I do want to thank you for stopping by. Try it out. Comment. Subscribe. Holler at your boy.